August 27, a day that will go down in history. The day that I met the goddess of WWE, Alexa Bliss. The day after which I could die happy. Wow, okay, so got a haul to share with you guys. It's my Gamestop Expo 2017 haul. And it's a bunch of stuff. But first up, the main reason I even went to Gamestop Expo. It wasn't the main reason I originally was going to go. But after actually deciding to pass on going, it was the reason that made me decide to go again. Okay, so a little backstory. I'm going to try to keep it brief because I got a lot of stuff to show here. But it deserves to just at least be mentioned as brief as I can anyway. So, GameStop Expo 2017 here in Vegas. Never been to a GameStop Expo, but I was pretty excited to check it out. I originally thought that McFarlane would be appearing. And now, if you don't know me well enough, I'm not really a gamer. I like video games, but I'm not really a gamer. If I had more time and I had, systems and games, I probably would play more video games. I still probably wouldn't be a gamer, but I'd play more video games. I have in the past, but not for a long time. Anyway, I thought McFarlane was going to be there. I found out he wasn't. And that was like a big reason that I wasn't going. And then as it got closer, I found out Kurt Angle was going to be appearing. I was like, for all the other reasons, that I don't really need to go. I was like, it'd be cool to meet Kurt Angle. So I bought that figure. I showed it in a previous haul. But then, like the night before or even the morning of, I decided, you know what? $40 to check out GameStop Expo when I'm not really a gamer. And there isn't really anyone huge, like worth paying the price to go, which is $40. I can live without going. But then that morning, I had already decided not to go. Even though I originally planned to. And my wife had gotten the day off so that I could go. She was pretty surprised when I told her that morning. I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to go. So anyway, fast forward to later that morning. This is already the morning of. And the show had already opened for the day, which, well, it's only the one day. I get a message from BC that Alexa Bliss is in Vegas for a signing. Attached to the message was Alexa Bliss's post, but she didn't actually specify any details of where she'd be signing. So I mentioned it to a couple friends and reached out to some people on Instagram, even people I didn't know, people I saw posting in Alexa Bliss's post. Got some leads without actual confirmation that she was going to be there at GameStop Expo. So, I'm like, even for the chance, and this is already like an hour or so after the show had started. If I was going to decide to go, I still wouldn't be there for at least a couple hours. So this is already, we're talking at least around 12 p.m. at the earliest that I can make it there. I don't know if that's where she's going to be. I don't know even if she is gonna be, if by the time I get there I'll have missed her autograph signing, but I gotta take the chance. So okay, long story short, first of all, big thanks to BC for the news. And then Steven, aka Monkey King 702, he also did a little detective work. And a dude on Instagram, I forgot his name right now. He also did some checking around, and all signs led to GameStop Expo. And me and Steven, Monkey King 702, we decided to just go. He also wasn't planning on going, but yeah, for the chance to meet Alexa Bliss, he decided to come along. And then our friend Chris, aka Rex Flex All 69, he was at the show, and finally he showed us at the 2K booth that they had put up a sign that is in fact where Alexa Bliss was going to be appearing, starting at 2:30. We got this confirmation from Chris while we were already on the way. So me and Steven, we were going regardless, just for the possibility that that might be where she was signing. Okay, so long story short, for the billionth time, we made it. I'll leave it at that. I mean, there's more details I can share about the story and how it all went and stuff. But boom, bottom line, I met the goddess of WWE, Alexa Bliss. Again, if you haven't been following me or following, she's probably my biggest obsession, in the WWE to date. And luckily, I came slightly prepared. This is a thing they were handing out, for anyone there at the signing, as a little picture she can sign. But I came prepared, luckily. Brought my figure. Oh, that is just awesome. As if this figure wasn't already, probably my favorite. How much more now that I got it autographed. And also right there on this poster. This is actually a fold-up poster. I'll show you guys real quick. It's the women's division Revolution. It'd be awesome if I can get this signed by all these women superstars, or even any more of them. But boom, if no one else, I got the best right there anyway, Alexa Bliss. So yeah, there you have it. I know it sounds exaggerating, but I really felt like in that moment I could die happy now. Boom, Alexa freaking Bliss. I can't believe I met her. That was awesome. Had my bro with me, Steven, Monkey King 702. Met some other dudes, waiting in the line. It's pretty cool. So, hells yes. Big thanks again to BC for the heads up. If it weren't for him giving me the heads up, I just would have totally missed this. I was busy, I wasn't really checking out Instagram and stuff like that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have found out until much later, if at all. So yeah. Anyway, so here is the rest of my haul. Now what you see here, this is all freebies. I gotta say, you know what? This made spending the $40 to get into GameStop Expo totally worth it. More than worth it. Like, well worth it. Just like, I would have paid, finding out that Alexa Bliss was gonna be there, I would have been willing to pay more. But aside from the experience, which I'll get into in a second, which overall actually turned out to be worth it, getting all these freebies just added to that money actually being worth it. And I almost didn't buy anything. because like I said, all this right here, that's all freebies. But I did. I'll save that for the end. So anyway, let's take a look at these. So, man, there's this. Okay, before I get in all these, I want to say, I missed San Diego Comic Con this year. It was my first time in many years. And for those that don't know, I've been going to San Diego Comic Con for over 20 years, and I've only missed it before this year. I missed it previously, I think a total of 3 years, but all of those was because, well, two of them, I was out of the country. That's a, that's a very valid excuse. I was out of the freaking country. I was in the Philippines for over a year, and it overlapped, and yeah, I missed San Diego Comic Con during those times. And then one time, I think it was like 95 or yeah, something like that. I was across the country. I was on a cross-country trip during that summer with relatives. So basically, before this year, I only missed it because I wasn't in town to attend it. So anyway, it was huge. It was huge. I don't know if I ever really talked about it, but it was pretty huge to miss San Diego Comic Con. Now, in moving to Las Vegas though, I was kind of excited because I knew there was going to be quite a few events happening here as well. I was like, okay, I'm missing San Diego Comic Con, and let's be honest, at this point, it was less for just being there and more for A, exclusives, and B, autograph signings. Those are the things I really miss about San Diego Comic Con, or I feel that I missed. Otherwise, I've been there enough years that for everything else, it's all right. Anyway, the first one that was first major one that I experienced here in Las Vegas was Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con, which was okay, but yeah, I'll just leave it. It was just okay. And I gotta say, GameStop Expo, especially for something that I almost didn't go to, and now I'm saying it was actually well worth the $40 spent. It surprisingly overall was well worth it. First of all, again, like I said, Alexa freaking Bliss. Spending the day hanging out with my bro Steven, Monkey King 702. Check out his channel. And all these freebies, but also just like the environment. I won't compare it to San Diego Comic Con, but in a way, it reminded me of it. It kind of felt like that setting, however much more smaller scale it was, more so than Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con. They were just very different, and it says a lot that at GameStop Expo you had a Hasbro booth, you had a Mattel booth, there was a Lego booth, there was this, these companies, as well as most of the companies there were, the video game companies, but the fact that, McFarlane, that there was actual, corporate toy presence there, as opposed to Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con, which is mostly just vendors. No major things like that, entertainment or, toy industry, stuff like that, presence. So, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I liked it. I don't think it's an annual thing that it would be here in Vegas, but whenever it's back in Vegas, I will definitely check it out again. So anyway, let me run down these freebies real quick, these goodies. So there was this inflatable, I believe it's a Nintendo Switch control. Now what's funny is the booth that this was at, I think you were supposed to get in line and play some game or something, but I just grabbed one. Screw it, Pixel Pals, these bags. This one's cool right here. Batman and Joker. I'll get back to those in a second. Some booths, it's like some booths, there's just freebies. Just walk up and grab, and some of them, they make it a little fun. I forget what you had to do to get this pin. You had to do something, but I honestly, I forgot. The booth that this was at, you just follow them on Instagram. They give you a free toy, and there's different kinds, and I got this one. I don't know if it's blind boxed or if you actually get Batman, but maybe it's blind box, and it could be any one of these. Funko booth. They're just handing these out. Passed by several times. I didn't really intend to like get more of these, but just every time I passed, it was like a different person hand them out. So why not? See little pint-sized heroes, Street Fighter ones. These are actually pretty cool. These are something I probably would actually collect. So I've got 3 of them. I'll crack these open at some point. I don't know what booth this was, but it had like a bunch of Japanese like anime type stuff. It's a little pack of tissues. You get it? You get why it's funny? You probably don't. I'm not gonna explain. But it's funny. Little Batman Arkham Knight #0 comic. Some picture or something. No idea. Just grab this. I think it was actually the same booth with that. Maybe. I don't know. Posters. This is another thing that it kind of reminded me of Comic-Con back in the day. I mean, there's still a ton of freebies you get at Comic-Con, but you gotta do a lot of more work these days to get your freebies at Comic-Cons, which is usually just standing in long lines. Back in the day, you could just walk up to booths and grab stuff. Posters galore back in the day. More posters. And more posters. And this one's actually double-sided. Spinner. I think this was from the Square Enix booth. Which is funny because, like, I would have never have gotten a fidget spinner. But they were free, so why the hell not? And this little thing, you can use it to stand your phone on. That's almost it. Oh, so back to the McFarlane booth. So they had these Five Nights at Freddy's, which I've never played the game, but it looks interesting. Some creepy cool stuff in there. They just had these on the table. I don't know if they expected you to grab only one, but I don't think they really cared either. Although I didn't get a complete set. I think they had all of these. I was just grabbing what I could. But these are what I got. Freddy, Bonnie, and these are the 8-bit style versions of these characters. Chica and Mangle. So guess I missed that one. Is it this one? This one? And that one. Not bad though. At least I got those. And then this. What's really cool about this? We were just hanging out, me and Steven. Just hanging out. And one of the brand managers was like, hey, do you guys like South Park? We're like, hells yes. He was like, wait here. I'm going to give you something. And we were so surprised that he actually gave us, both of us each, one of these South Park sets. The building sets. Check those out if you're not familiar with these just came out. But actually on that day, these hadn't hit stores yet. So how cool is that? We actually got a whole free set. And this is the bus stop with Stan and Kenny. This is a simple little set, but man, that is cool. Love South Park. Definitely want to collect these, actually. Looking forward to collecting these, but at least for now, got this to start off with. And then last but not least, so I hadn't intended on buying anything there. I pretty much, held off the whole time. And then as we were leaving, we passed the Bluefin booth. Holy crap, SH Figuarts galore. And I saw that they had these. I mean, it was just, man, it was so tempting because you guys know, if you haven't been following, I'm big into SH Figuarts now. My collection is growing. And, man, there were so many figures they had at a good price. It was just so tempting, but I had a limited amount. But it was a good amount available to me, and I saw that they had these. Man, now here's the thing. I forgot how much they were each, but oh man, I don't even remember how much anymore. But basically, you can't find these online for like less than $64 or so each. And then they had a deal that you can get the whole set, and they're basically going to be about $45 each. So for that price, yeah, why the hell? I mean, it's a lot to spend at one time, and pretty much used up all I had available at the time after spending the $40 to get into the show. But I was like, you know what? For that deal, yeah, I gotta do it. Just look at these. Oh man, these figures are amazing. As you see here, die-cast metal parts. You wouldn't tell from looking at them. And seeing pictures, you wouldn't tell, but man, these have got a weight to them. I think it's mainly the legs that are die cast. I thought it was going to be just the feet, but feeling the weight on these, I think there's more. I thought it was just the feet, just to add weight, because they might be a little top heavy. But there's definitely a fair amount of die cast. But just look at those. These, in my opinion, are the most definitive fully articulated action figure versions of the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I had to. I just had to. So there you have it. That is my GameStop Expo 2017 haul. That was, man, big thanks again to BC for the heads up on Alexa Bliss and Steven, aka Monkey King 702, and also Chris RexFlexAll69, who we actually met up with at the show as well. Man, it was fun, just the show itself, hanging with bros, getting goodies and freebies, and Alexa freaking Bliss. Yeah, that's good stuff.